Hello Wolfpack, welcome back to another Bitcoin video today. We're going to be talking about what's happened in the last 24 hours. Of course, we've had the fake out above 24.2k and 23.8k, which is of course the two critical regions that we need to be looking at that I outlined in the video yesterday. I've been outlining for a few days now. Bit of a fake out there, long wick to the upside. Before we get into the video too much, I want to encourage you guys to go over to my second channel, Limitless. You'll find it in my YouTube homepage for Wolves Crypto. Scroll down, it'll be right there, and watch this trailer for a new video that I've released there, Communism and the Necessity for Inequality. I'm pretty excited about that. Been working on that for a few weeks now, or honestly a couple of months now, and so I've just released that. Go ahead and check it out. Tell me what you think in the comment section below, and the full video will be coming out on August 14th. But without further ado, back into Bitcoin. Again, fake out above 23.8k. Now, what is 23.8k? Why is it important? Well, we can go to the macro chart, and we have this uptrending yellow line, of course. We also have a 200-week SMA, this green line, which is, of course, a critical support zone. A lot of you guys would already know this stuff already. And 23.8k, of course, if we go to the daily chart, right, it is this line here. It is the second from the top red line. Basically, it outlines the region of resistance before we were able to break to the upside and continue into this bull market structure in 2021. And early 2020, right? So it is kind of like the supporting foundation of the bull market structure, almost to a certain extent. And so breaking above that is a necessity in order to claim that we're done correcting, or we're done with the bottom's in. We have to break above that, of course. Now, I would actually argue that the bottom would not be in upon a break of 23.8k. I would argue we need to break 28.6k for the bottom to be in. I discussed this yesterday. Why is that? Well, 28.6k is the major foundational block for this entire bull market structure. If you're looking at this horizontal red line, for example, which is 28.6k, you can see on the weekly chart, it is basically the major support region. We held it there, we held it there, we held it there, and when we finally lost it, we saw the biggest red candle we saw in Bitcoin for like 4 years, right? So it very much is the critical level, 28.6k, but the 23.8k level is important because, and I'm going to tell you right now, it's important because if we break 23.8k, there is not much historical resistance between 23.8k and 28.6k. And so breaking 23.8k on a weekly candle, which is in 24 hours, would lead to a rally to 28.6k, or it more than likely would lead to a rally to 28.6k. So how I would put the whole situation is quite literally like this. Breaking 23.8k would be a short-term bullish move. Breaking 28.6k would be a confirmation that the macro bottom is in for Bitcoin, right? That's how I'd look at the situation right now. Now, if we're heading to the daily chart and we're looking at what happened recently, as I said before, we saw two long wicks to the upside, rejections off of that major critical resistance block at 23.8k, failed to close above it even once, and we've closed below it twice now. It looks as though we're going to see a reversal here. If we're looking into some technical indicators, stochastic RSI has topped out and we've seen a negative cross, and then we've also got a very slight, but it is there, bearish divergence on the RSI. If we're looking into things like Bollinger Bands, we can see the Bollinger Bands. Let me get them up. The Bollinger Bands are showing us that we're overbought in this region, right? So not only are we overbought, right, we also saw a negative divergence on the RSI, and we've also got a negative MACD cross on the, sorry, not MACD cross, a stochastic RSI cross, right? And then if we're looking at volume, for example, if we went to the Binance chart, which I think I might have up here somewhere, let me bring it up. We can see that on this recent rally, and we bring up the volume indicator. On this recent rally, we saw massively descending green volume, which means yes, and this is stemming all the way back from 21k. It's like, yeah, the price is going up, but the momentum is dying out rapidly. And so, yeah, I think this move is a bull trap, right? And it shouldn't be a surprise to you guys that I say that. In fact, it shouldn't be surprising at all. If you've got any basis in TA, you should not be surprised by that. Technically speaking, from a technical indicator's perspective, we are heading into sharp resistance, getting rejected, and every indicator is telling us we're going to get rejected, right? Now, whether that plays out or not, that's up to the probabilities of TA, because I can tell you right now, one way it could play out, regardless of the technical indicators, is if inflation has topped out. If inflation has topped out, which we don't know yet, right? That would be an indicator that the traditional market's going to see more relief. And obviously, the traditional markets have led this rally to the upside, and they are seeing relief already. So if the traditional markets, like the S&P 500, like all that kind of stuff, they go up further, DXY drops down further, Bitcoin will likely go up further. So a lot of this is resting on the macro, right? Whether or not the TA is bullish for Bitcoin, I can tell you right now, the TA is not bullish for Bitcoin on the short term or the long term. Whether or not that is the case is irrelevant to a certain extent, right? It's about the macro right now, and that will kind of direct the situation for Bitcoin. So I think Price predictions from a technical indicator perspective are good for the short term right now, but long term, we just really need to know what's going to happen with the macro situation in terms of inflation topping out. Now, what I can say is that even if we do break 23.8k, as I said before, we're not bullish yet. We're not actually macro bullish until we break 28.6k. And for us to get all the way up to 28.6k and break above it, it would require a full macro recovery, right? So I think it's unlikely. We do that. Now, my prediction on Bitcoin has been this for a while, and it will continue to be this for a while. Q4, right? Q4, I think, will be the bottom. If we look at, for example, let me get up a chart that I can take a look at it fresh here. The 4-year cycle theory is a theory that I've kind of relied on. Well, it's not actually a theory anymore. It's a trend, isn't it? But it's a trend that I've relied on for a long period of time. In fact, it's a trend that I used to predict the top in 2021 at 60k, around 60k. And it's basically this. It's based on the halving, right? And it's kind of wrapping up Bitcoin's price action into a 4-year cycle, as per the name. 1 year of bear market, 2 year of accumulation, and 1 year of bull market. And this 4-year cycle theory is a date range trend through which we can use to predict dates of tops and bottoms. And the bottom prediction, based on the date range trend, is Q4, meaning it is expected, according to the 4-year cycle theory, which is the longest theory we have on Bitcoin's history, right? Because it started from the first halving in 2012, longest theory we have on Bitcoin, 10-year trend, right? According to that 10-year trend, we will be bottoming out between October and December. Now, to me, that makes sense according to the macro. From what we've heard from the Federal Reserve and from my own observations and from the observations of many, many economists, the prediction is basically inflation will keep rising until Q4 and interest rates will keep rising until around Q4 as well. And so I would expect Bitcoin to bottom out in Q4, not only per the macro, but also per the 4-year cycle theory. If that is disproven, if that is invalidated by a break above 28.6k, it would be slightly surprising. I would be surprised by that, right? But it is possible, of course, and we can't discount these things, especially in the macro, which is not connected to Bitcoin, has such a prevalent effect on Bitcoin, right? So a lot of this is really depending on the state of a recession right now. But if I was to say from a purely technical perspective, right, TA only, charts only, and I'm a trader, so that's what I look at, charts, I would tell you that this is a very clear bull trap, right? That's what I would say to you. So without further ado, guys, thanks for watching the video. Before we end it there, I want to look at a few things, one of which being Wolves Crypto VIP. Click the join button on my YouTube homepage, and you can see this tab will come up here, which kind of outlines all of the perks you get for being a VIP member, exclusive for trading setups, prioritize reply to comments, a trading psychology 2-hour lecture, and also exclusive Telegram group access where you can discuss charts with VIPs. And then we've got BitGet, of course, which is the exchange we use for VIPs. I personally use this exchange. Why do I use this exchange? Well, mainly because of non-KYC, but also when you're trading with large volumes of money, obviously those fees rack up over time in some of the other exchanges. And so I also use it preferably for the half the fees of essentially almost half the fees of Binance, right? So you're thinking about Binance, cheapest exchange in the game, 0.1% fees. This has half of that, almost half of that, right? So incredibly cheap fees. You're not going to get kind of scammed out of your money. Even when you don't lose money, you're losing money by fees, which is great. And you got non-KYC, which is true to the nature of crypto, because crypto is obviously decentralized. And the last thing you want is a centralized exchange, because what's the point of crypto in that case? So it's true to the nature of crypto, half the fees of Binance. And also, if you sign up using my referral link in the description below, you can gain access to a reward center in which you can gain over, I think, 4,000 USD in rewards by completing various tasks. Now, with that said, they're not easy tasks, but the reward is definitely there. And then, of course, the last thing is Become a Trader, a 10-unit course by the Crypto Academy. Now, the Crypto Academy is a company myself and Megawell Crypto have started up. We teach how to trade. We teach TA, right? Now, I know that's unoriginal. So many people have TA courses. We have made the effort to make this course as unique as humanly possible. We've implemented things in this course to make it different, to make it stand out from the other courses. One of those things being quizzes and worksheets, right? There's not many courses out there, and it might sound minuscule, but there's not many courses out there. In fact, we didn't find any courses out there that have a quiz or some sort of worksheet to test you on the knowledge once you've learnt it in order to retain that information. That's a psychologically proven concept. In order to retain information, you need to be tested on the knowledge to make sure you remember it, right? That's what we've implemented in this course. And, just to show that we genuinely want our customers or our students, whatever you want to call them, to learn, right? So if you want to find out more about this course, check out the website. There's a quick little few paragraph blurb here about what it is. But also, more importantly, chuck us an email here at cryptoacademycourses@gmail.com, and we'll send you back a full informational video and informational pamphlet with all the payment details, what it looks like, what you get, what you get for your money, everything about it. And we'll send you that back for free. So go ahead and inquire there. You've got nothing to lose. You might as well make an educated decision. And the only way you can do that is by inquiring and getting all the details about it. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please make sure to check out my second channel here. Check out that new trailer that's come out. And I appreciate that, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Cheers.